Hey folks, Chris once again, welcome back to another video. This is another request, this time from Davis. And he wanted me to talk about a horror film that I bought recently a couple of weeks ago and watched it, and I really liked it, and that's called Pearl. Now, Pearl is a prequel to X, which is also a really good movie in my opinion. And if you've seen X, the old lady from that movie is playing Mia Goth again. And you basically follow her story and her life throughout the film. And she basically goes nuts, goes crazy, gets the dance audition, she goes nuts when she fails it. And she goes on a killing rampage, which is basically the gist of the film. Now, I like this movie. I thought it was really good. Like I said, I think X was a bit better than this. But I generally really like this movie. It's set in the 1800s, or I'm bad with years. It was set in the not medieval times, but back in the day. She has a southern accent, which she was good at that. And she lives with her mom, who's a complete bitch. And she lives with her dad, who's like disabled, like he's paralyzed. He can't speak, he can't move, so they're taking care of him. And there's a guy she likes who gets her this little picture thing from a camera. She loses it on her way back home. And she goes into a cornfield and fucks a scarecrow. I'm joking, the scene's right here. She basically goes up this fucking stake where the scarecrow's hanging, which I don't know how the fuck she got up there, but she goes up there, rips the scarecrow off of there, jumps on it, starts dancing with it, then French kisses it, and then fucks it until she relieves herself. goes back home. The mom is pissed. The mom is pissed that she was home late. At night, she basically goes to her mom and they're having dinner. Her mom gets super pissed. The acting by the mom is really good in this movie, by the way. She screams at her, yells at her, slaps her, kicks her, abuses her. So what does she do? Sets her on fucking fire. When she's on the ground, brutally being burned alive, she dumps a pot of scalding hot water on her. And then puts her dead corpse in the fucking basement. And she invites the guy who gave her that thing over. That little picture thing, and they kiss. They don't really fuck. There's no nudity in this movie, by the way, which doesn't bother me because the nudity doesn't make a horror movie good, but oh well. They kiss a little bit, and then they hear then the boy hears some noises going on in the basement. I guess it's her mom, and she basically says, "Oh, it's just my dog. Nothing to worry about here." And then he basically goes to investigate, and then she stops him. She shows him her pets, her barn. She shows her horse, which is adorable. I love horses. But then her boyfriend's like, I thought you had a dog. She's like, I don't have a dog. He's like, you just said you had a dog like a minute ago. And then she starts going nuts. She starts like, why are you always leaving me? Why? Shouting all these fucking slurs at him. And he leaves. So what does she do? She stabs him with a fucking pitchfork in the chest. And then he dies. He doesn't die from that. He's in the car dead. She turns it on and it goes into the lake where the No, she stabs him, knocks him on the floor, and then stabs him with a pitchfork, and the middle part goes inside his mouth, killing him. Then she puts him in the car starts, and the alligator basically eats him off screen. Because there's an alligator. She has a pet alligator for whatever reason, and the lake, which does come and play, it does come into play and acts. But then Mitzi, which is her sister-in-law, I think, she goes to audition for the dance that she wanted to do, and they basically say, go ahead, and she basically dances the same dance that everybody else has done, and they're like, nah, you don't, it's just that you have the same dance that everybody else does, and we're looking for something new. So what does she do? She freaks out. They get her out of there. They had to drag her ass out of there because she was screaming and crying like, I'm a star! You feel bad for her in a way, though. I mean, she wanted this, but then after that, she's sitting there crying, but Mitzi goes there to cheer her up. And by the way, I forgot, there's a scene earlier in the movie where she kills her father, who I said was paralyzed. Pretty dark. That's probably the darkest part of the movie for sure. But anyway, Mitzi and her go back to her house. They're sitting at the table eating, and you get a close-up shot of Mia Goth, and she's talking for like 7 minutes. And my God, that's some of the best form of acting I have ever seen in a movie. Bar none. She is fantastic in this movie. Really good. But the stuff she's saying kind of freaks Mitzi out. So she goes outside and runs. But you see Mia Goth, look, a shot of her walking, then running. Mia Goth is walking very fast with an axe. She cuts her a couple times on the back. And you get this shot right here where she's like has an axe, she just wham. And then you see a shot, like 2 frames. The shot of her dismembering Mitzi, cutting her head off, cutting her arms and legs off. And the other one has her fitting her body parts to the alligator. Definitely where's this R rating? That is for sure. That scene, that's probably the most graphic scene in the whole movie. Her cutting her up like that. It's pretty horrific, man. And I love it. So then she prepares. Mitzi gives her this pig that is outside rotting with maggots all over it. So she feeds it to her and her dead parents. Her husband comes home and he's like, hey, Pearl. And he sees her and her parents just sitting there with nasty dinner. And then you see close up on Pearl's face, like, and that is the end of the movie. Oh my God, this movie was so fucking good. It was great. It was fantastic. It was creepy. It was eerie. It was disturbing. And I highly recommend it. So if you, but that's it. So if you guys seen Pearl, let me know in the comments below if you've seen it. What do you think of it? What is your favorite scene? Who's your favorite character? Let me know in the comments below. And that's about it. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you guys later. Peace.